Hey guys, welcome back to whatever this is, and on today's episode, I've decided to talk about my favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Crystal. So, on today's episode, obviously as I've already stated, I am talking about Pokemon Crystal. The very best, like no one ever was. As this is one of my favorite Pokemon games, you know what, scratch that, is my favorite Pokemon game. When I think Pokemon, I think Pokemon Crystal and all the great upgrades it brought into the franchise. This game in North America, as of the 29th of July, is 20 years old. It has been 20 years since the initial release of Pokemon Crystal, and it is one of the best Pokemon games ever made, and it is one of the worst-selling Pokemon games, which blows my mind even to this day. If you go look at the sales data of all the mainline Pokemon games, this one sold the worst. And there's a lot of factors why I believe that happens, but it is an excellent, excellent Pokemon game if you haven't played Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Crystal was the game when I was all about the card game when around this time. Like, this is when I was like real deep into it. Gen 2, best gen. This is where I really got solidified as, yeah, this is something I'm going to be playing for a really long time. There was a lot of jumps forward that the Game Boy Color standalone game, which this one is, it only works on the Game Boy Color, had a lot of benefits that Gold and Silver could do but didn't. Or maybe they couldn't. Probably the other. And with this game, they added in so many little things, such as like the Pokemon Now animate. Now in 2001, that was a big deal. The Game Boy Advance was still just about to come out, and we were really seeing what people could do with the Game Boy Color. And it was awesome. Seeing this whole vibrant world properly colored with the Game Boy Color power all behind it. And it was awesome. I played a ton of it on my Game Boy Color. Like, this entire summer, when I got this game, was nothing but Pokemon Crystal. I traded in all my old Pokemon games, unfortunately, at that time, to get this version. As, again, little kid, didn't have a lot of money, I had to have Pokemon Crystal. And I enjoyed it immensely. And, very important piece, this was the first time you could play as a girl. And Chris is a great design front, as this is where picking boy or girl became a big thing in the Pokemon franchise, and then continued forward afterwards, which is great. And a lot of people wanted it, and kind of even when it came out then, a lot of people were like, why wasn't that an option to begin with? And apparently it just came down to space. And it was big feature in Japan, but couldn't do anything with it here, was this game actually had some form of online. You took a cell phone from back in the day, you held it up, you plugged it in through the Game Boy cable that you could get for that very particular phone, and you could trade online with other people who had it. Now, does that stand up now? No, it obviously doesn't really work anymore. The thing that really sucked around that time was it was kind of the only way you could get Celebi, which was like the Mew of Gen 2, if you're not aware. You had to get a specific item through that event, and without that, that was gone, which really unfortunate, really. But when it came out on the 3DS a few years ago, they actually managed to patch it back in, kind of making the game finally complete, and I could finally catch Celebi, and I remember being very excited the first time I was able to see it, because it was crazy that it was kind of cut off from the game, but it was actually all translated, which was stellar. So if you could hack your game and give yourself this item called the GS Ball, or the Gold Silver Ball, you could get Celebi. But no one knew how to get it, there was no official means to get it, so unfortunately, it was there on the cartridge, but you had to hack to get the item to unlock it. And Pokemon Crystal was my summer game. I played it to pieces. I just remember being the only person who played it. Everyone else still had Gold Silver. Everyone looked at me kind of weird, like, why would you pick up this one? And this is my preferred way to generally play Gen 2 if I'm really feeling the aching for the Game Boy Color editions. A lot of times I will also go back to the Gold and Silver on the DS. Those were great remakes, and they're also really expensive now for some reason. Because just second gen is best gen, and you all must understand that second gen is the best gen. I love these games so much that I even still have the strategy guide from back in the day. And what's great about these is, again, it's all the art that's all over them. So if you haven't collected strategy guides, what's great is this is kind of the last time you saw the original art, like the watercolors of the original Pokemon games, because after this one, they all kind of disappeared. They went for a more uniform style, but you stopped seeing this watermark kind of design. And I love the art style, and it's kind of neat that that was kind of a way to cut off from what the Game Boy to the Game Boy Advance generation kind of split. These have great full art of all the Pokemon, and the fact that this is the official Nintendo Power one, fantastic. And they even show off that, yeah, there's the first female character you can pick in a Pokemon game, and that was super cool. Her design is awesome even to this day. Gold has always been and will forever be my favorite trainer from Pokemon. So anyways, guys, it's been 20 years since the original release of Pokemon Crystal. Did you guys pick it up when it came out? Have you tried it now? There's one good way to get it, which is on the Nintendo 3DS eShop, is the easiest and cheapest way to play it, which is the way I'd recommend nowadays, instead of on an original Game Boy Color. Perfectly good and reasonable way to play it. Very cheap, very enjoyable. So did you guys pick it up? Do you guys have any memories of Pokemon Crystal? As I remember being the only person who bought it, and the sales numbers seem to match that. So anyways, guys, take care, have a good one, get vaccinated when you can, and always wear a mask. Have a good one.